clear mind allows the illumination from consciousness.
Yes. I can shine through the mind.
Because it becomes a glass.
Yeah. So it's like driving a car with a clear window. You are not bothered. It's so clear. Yet when are you disturbed? When there is a stain on the. So the thoughts, if your attention is on them, they start to stain. You are who you are.
And even when light tries to get through, it's deflected from that little spot.
Can be, yes. That's the thing with light.
Yeah.
You can block it and the light remains unaffected. And because it can never be blocked completely, because it's everywhere. So it's not like from one place, yeah? It's not like a sun can be blocked, or although around in its radius it can never be blocked, right? So an analogy actually Nagaraj said about the sun and a veiling, that there is like a black cover around the source, like if you cover a lamp with black, and then it has many holes, so the rays are all over the place, and each ray is like the universal individual soul. The thing is, it has to be uncovered completely to realize the source of the illumination itself, the source of the light.
It's really beautiful, because everything is, a metaphor until you return back to the source.
So, how far for the mind to return to the source?
Instantly.
One thought.
It's there. One thought.
Yeah, it's there. Yet, if the attention is on it, it's overlooked. And when the attention is withdrawn from the thought, then awareness shines through. And the more awareness shines through, and even thoughts appear, they don't have their own light or own presence. In the night, when the moon is full, the moon looks like it has its own light.
Yes.
Undoubtedly, every time if I go to the past, I look at the moon in full moon, I say, it gotta have its own light. It's illuminating everything. Few hours later, the sun rises, and you barely see that moon. It has no presence. Yeah. So when it's dark, the thoughts are getting the reflection of awareness and being illuminated. And actually, the first thought that gets the reflection is the I thought. It's like the moon. And then that reflection illuminates all other thoughts, senses, and the objects of the world. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So, yet when the awareness shines through, it has no more the reflection of the light. So it has no real presence anymore. When it is a full moon, the moon it appears to be, it has its own light, and it has real presence. When the sun rises, you realize the moon doesn't have its own light, and it has no more presence. When awareness shines through, and you recognize yourself as awareness, the thought has not their own light, and don't have real presence. And it's actually experienced from within. So, the more presence of awareness within you, in terms of realizing itself, yeah, everyone is the presence of awareness. Yet it has to be realized by itself. Means less identity with the thoughts, the beliefs. So when you identify with the belief, that means the belief appears to have its own light of the source. So that's why it is defended. That's why it is being protected. when I believe a thought to be real, that's the reality. This is the source of light. I would defend it.
People do with their life.
Yeah. Because they don't realize what's real. Once you realize the reality of yourself, then who would defend an entity that is not even real?
So the only way you can stay in clarity and not project or defend a thought is by constantly staying in awareness.
Or, not necessarily, discriminate. Let's say I believe the thought, I question it, I discriminate it. Is it real?
But that brings you back to awareness.
That enables more light to shine through, at least.
Okay.
I do not know if it brings, it's what layer of veiling there is. I don't care. I would keep examine until it is revealed.
So that is actually discrimination. Awareness of the thought and
Awareness that there is a belief and it feels totally real, and knowing that even though a belief seems to be real, it cannot be real, so I would start to examine it. Even though I know it intellectually, because experientially the belief feels to be real. It generates a bodily sensation which is experiential, which is real. So now I have to have enough conviction, have enough determination, have enough honesty, sincerity, will to truly question it, look at it, challenge it.
You have to have a healthy mind to do that.
This work is not for not a healthy mind.
Okay. That's okay.
The mind has to be sattvic in order to discriminate.
The mind has to be sattvic.
If the mind is rajasic and tamasic, they have to purify the mind before they can do this kind of work. Maybe. I'm not going to say anything that, yes, I do not know, because any exception, for
any situation there is an exception.
yeah, for every situation there is an exception. Maybe one goes through veiling and projection so much and deep into depression, and then in an instant they have an awakening. And in that awakening the mind starts to be clear and discrimination starts to awaken and undoing itself.
How can one purify the mind from veiling?
By knowledge, hearing the knowledge over and over again removes ignorance, reflecting upon the knowledge, discriminating, concentrating, and inquiry into the self. That's how.
By challenging oneself, one's mind, by challenging your thoughts.
Means questioning.
Yeah, challenging.
Like, if we will do one game, anything anybody says and you'll ask, is it true or is it real? You'll see you won't be able to speak. You won't be able to. So it will keep you silent. And now when the beliefs will come, and if you question them, it will undo them and you would start to rest within yourself. This is why it's good to learn to be quiet during the day with yourself. Not all the time talk. Just can be around, yet more contemplating, more inwardly, more alert.
Can you get stuck in you can get stuck in trying to be silent all the time, can't you? You could get attached to being silent.
Still, it will be very profound. It will be very profound.